there, yow yow yow. It's Rich here. Just giving a quick show of my mug before I show you the area that I'm in. Just chilling here. Yeah, just having my coffee and everything else. Enjoying my freedom. Anyway, one thing I like to talk about is peak performance. You gotta learn to operate at peak performance, and I tell you, I'm. Do I work at peak performance? No, I do at certain times, but not all the times. But I'm here to help you to operate at peak performance. So, and I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, but yeah. So anyway, I have this book out. It's called Operating at Your Peak Performance. And yeah, this is a short little ebook. It's about 19 pages long. I'm going to be selling that for $19.97. Yeah, I think it was $19.97. But yeah, it will help you in these troubling times. You need to understand that things are really gone crazy with the world, especially with all these lockdowns going on, especially in Australia, in Melbourne, and New Zealand. Everything's just kind of gone crazy. So people, and also back in USA and North America and Europe, a lot of people are on lockdowns. Could be more lockdowns coming this winter. So you need to learn to start working at a more efficient level, and that's why I named my book Peak Performance. And so you might not operate right away at the peak performance, but at least it'll put you on your path towards peak performance. So anyway, that's a little plug for my book. But here, yeah, I'm here just in Vietnam, just chilling with my cafe, and it's kind of a quiet street I'm on. Go to other streets, but I find it a lot more noisy. So yeah. But over here, there's tons of cafes. Cafe across this pen over there. It's hard to see. Across the street, there's a cafe. Let's zoom in here a bit. There's a yoga place there. Yeah, yoga place there. There's a cafe. There's another. I know down the street there's more cafes. In Vietnam, or at least in Saigon, there's cafes everywhere. There's no shortage of them. It seems to be a number one business for people. So, but yeah, it's everybody seems to start a cafe, run a little side street vendor, little push cart business, or their house is part of the restaurant, or they're selling food. Like one place over there, it's called Ac Ben. Ac Ben, that place sells. It's more like seafood. Mostly it's all seafood, like shellfish, oysters, clams, stuff like that. Probably crab as well. So yeah, and there's lots of those restaurants around. If you like seafood, seafood's pretty cheap here. They're an hour and a half from the coast, so there's lots of fresh fish, fresh seafood. Depending where you are in North America, that might be not a problem for you, but where I'm from, ocean is almost 24 hours away by car, so it's not that plentiful. So here it's about an hour and a half and that's by their standards here, by vehicle, because the roads aren't very fast. But anyway, people deliver their seafood, fresh vegetables, yeah, everything over here. There's no such thing as, I shouldn't say that. There is some major retailers over here. One is Vinmart, and I think there's a Korean one as well. But there's just certain sections of the city. You go into other extended areas of the city. There's markets everywhere. Everybody's selling fruits and vegetables, fish, fresh seafood, garments, restaurants, everywhere. So it's a very mom and pop kind of economy right here. So there's no, yes, there is a Starbucks here. There's a, I'm trying to think, I'm in District 7. There is a Starbucks not far from here, but, and District 1 has them, but they're not very plentiful. The biggest chain over here, like, one is Highlands Coffee, another one, and there's a few other brands as well, but they're more in the, how can I say, more in the really concentrated, maybe nice areas of higher class, or the business sections of the like office business sections where you would find them. District 1 for sure. But they're struggling over here now. Like I talked to one lady, she has a Malaysian restaurant over here, and sounds like she has to close it down. And there's other restaurants that seem to be starting and stopping. The street food restaurants don't seem to be as they do go under, but always someone starts up again right away. But they have most of them run out of their house, like on ground level, so they live up top. So they don't have a lot of overhead, like far as rent. But if you got to rent and pay staff and try to survive that way, and then now the tourists gone, it doesn't help. The street food restaurants mostly caters to the locals, well, unless you get into the tourist areas. But right now, yeah, it's basically I went to a little side street last night, and you would have never known, and had like mussels and clams and crab and all fresh, and you will have looked outside. Some people might not like going into those type of establishments because they're used to a certain type of the way the establishments look, or as far as it was clean, don't get me wrong, but it's not very neat, put it that way. But it was good food, and a lot of these, like if you look across the street there, across the street, they have little plastic tables, little plastic chairs, little plastic, they're green plastic tables, so, or metal, but they're really nothing fancy. It's just bare bones. So, and that's a lot of that in Vietnam. That's into a more higher class. But if you get into a restaurant that has air conditioning, it's a lot more expensive. But usually they're more of a corporate type of restaurant. But yet you go to that restaurant across the street there, and they don't submit. Highly unlikely. There's a VAT tax here, but they probably don't. Anything that does with cash, they don't submit taxes, and it's not even enforced. A lot of people work on the cash business, selling the food. They have their own private store. There's no VAT tax. There's no yeah, and it's a cash business, and a lot of people, you do have to pay income tax if you are in the corporate world. They do tax a lot of people that way as well, and businesses and corporations and stuff like that over here. But as far as the little small people, no, they don't really touch them very much. So, like teachers, if you're going to teach here for a company, you get taxed. You got to pay income tax. So, but if you're over here as a foreigner and you do some private teaching, not a big deal. So anyway, yeah, just giving you a bit of a life of what's going on over here in my world of Vietnam here, and so. But I'm here to help people be more peaceful, and I have another channel I'm starting up as well, and that's I do a lot of I'll look after my investments and teaching people how to invest as well properly, so they don't get swung, not swing, so they don't lose their money, put it that way. These markets are crazy, and I think we'll see a big correction here in the next few months. So, and then there'll be some people losing more money. So if you're interested in that, you can email me at courageousrich@gmail.com. But right now, this channel is just dedicated for helping people work at their peak and everything else. So one tip for operating at your peak is, right now I'm going to talk about it, and is for me, I need to be leading and showing people peace, okay? And peace is everything, and a lot of people right now don't have peace. So one thing I find myself, if you want to have peace, you need to take time for yourself. Just take time for yourself. So it's 15 minutes a day or whatever. So do something, whether it's going for a coffee or sitting down reading a book or whatever else. So just take time for yourself. Get away from the monotony, whatever you're doing, because I think going forward with the economy, there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of stress. So you need to have a little bit of diversion to reset your mind at times. So anyway, that's it for now. This is Richie Rich, Creative Peaceful Consultant, and we'll talk to you later. Bye for now.